What if the very people sworn to protect you were actually protecting the criminals? What if a secret witness, testifying from the shadows, revealed a web of corruption so deep it could shatter South Africa's entire justice system? Well, that's exactly what's happening. In a stunning turn of events at the Madlanga Commission, a figure known only as Witness C has come forward with explosive testimony. This testimony points directly at a notorious businessman and implicates senior police and political figures in a scheme of bribery, political protection, and blatant interference. This isn't just gossip. It's a bombshell that suggests the rot is deeper than anyone feared. Stay with us as we unpack the testimony sending shockwaves across the nation. For weeks, the country has been captivated by the Madlanga Commission of Inquiry. Chaired by retired Constitutional Court Justice Cele Madlanga, the commission was set up by President Cyril Ramaphosa to investigate deep-seated criminality and political interference within South Africa's justice system. It was sparked by startling claims from KwaZulu-Natal Police Commissioner Leland Mchunu, who alleged that senior politicians were actively shielding criminal networks. Public hearings began in September 2025, and it was immediately clear this would be no ordinary inquiry. But nothing prepared the public for Witness C, a detective from the SAP's Gauteng counterintelligence operations. Witness C is testifying remotely with their identity concealed for safety, the fact that highlights the sheer danger of their revelations. The witness has laid out a chilling story of collusion between the underworld and the state, and at the heart of it all is one man, the controversial and connected businessman, Vusimuzi Cat Matlala. Witness C's testimony has directly linked Matlala to a stunning web of corruption, painting a picture of a state where justice is for sale. So who is the man at the center of this storm? Vusimuzi Matlala, it's better known as Cat, is a Pretoria-based businessman described as a tenderpreneur and security boss. He directs a network of companies in the security and medical service sectors and has allegedly built an empire through lucrative government contracts. A glaring example is a massive R360 million health services contract awarded to his company, Medicare 24 Schwayne District, by the South African Police Service SAPS in 2024 to provide medical services to police members. Eyebrows were raised almost immediately. How did a company with a questionable track record secure such a critical contract? Investigators later found evidence of fronting and collusion, with police officials admitting the tender had been flagged for fraud and other crimes. National Police Commissioner Fanny Masimela eventually canceled the contract in mid-2025, citing irregularities, though reports about how much money, if any, had already been paid out remain unconfirmed. Matlala was also a figure in the Special Investigating Unit's probe into the Tembisa Hospital scandal, where his companies were flagged for allegedly supplying fake bid documents. But according to testimony at the commission, he's more than just a tenderpreneur. Crime intelligence boss Dumisani Khumalo identified him as an alleged key member of a sophisticated criminal syndicate known as the Big Five. This cartel is allegedly involved in a horrifying range of organized crime, from drug trafficking and contract killings to tender fraud and extortion. Matlala is currently facing formal charges, including attempted murder and conspiracy to commit murder, for allegedly masterminding an attack on his ex-lover, actress Tebogo Thobajane. This is the man who, according to Witness C, has had some of the country's top officials on his payroll. Testifying from an undisclosed location, Witness C began connecting the dots between Matlala and the highest echelons of power, based on what Matlala allegedly confessed himself. It started with a dramatic police raid on Matlala's home in December 2024 as part of a kidnapping investigation. As police searched the property, Matlala allegedly began name-dropping to intimidate the officers. The biggest name he mentioned was that of Police Minister Senzo Mchunu, who had been placed on leave. Matlala allegedly claimed he was in constant communication with Mchunu, who was advising him and offering protection from the raid. To prove his point, Matlala even shared the contact details of high-ranking SAPS generals. But the connection was allegedly far deeper. Witness C testified that Matlala admitted to secretly financing Mchunu's political ambitions. He allegedly claimed to have contributed around R500,000 toward Mchunu's unofficial presidential campaign, covering expenses like flights and accommodation for ANC events. Matlala reportedly said that while he didn't believe Mchunu would actually win, He was afraid to discourage him. To avoid a paper trail, the payments were allegedly funneled through an intermediary, a businessman named Brown Magotsi, creating a layer of deniability. In one stunning recording played at the commission, Matlala is heard telling investigators he gave suspended Deputy National Police Commissioner Shadrach Sabia a significant cash gift for his son's wedding. Perhaps most damning of all, witness CS testimony supports claims that Matlala paid Mchunu to have a police task team disbanded, the very team investigating his alleged role in the attempted murder of Tebogo Thobijane. This suggests a politician may have used their authority to dismantle a legitimate police operation to protect a benefactor. This is a tangled and disturbing web connecting criminal syndicates, government tenders, and the highest offices of political power. What part of this testimony shocks you the most? The campaign financing, the name-dropping, or the alleged plot to disband a police task force? Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and if you believe shining a light on these issues is important, please hit that like button and subscribe. It helps us continue to bring you these reports. These revelations go far beyond one businessman or a few officials. They paint a devastating picture of systemic rot within the South African police service. This isn't about a few bad apples. It's about the potential capture of the entire orchard by criminal networks. The testimony from Witness C and others suggests a culture of impunity, where powerful criminals can operate without fear because they've allegedly bought protection at the highest levels. When a figure like Matlala can allegedly brag about paying senior officers and having a minister on call, it erodes the very foundation of the rule of law. It tells honest officers their efforts are pointless, that their investigations can be shut down with a single phone call from a powerful politician. Think about what that means. It compromises law enforcement's ability to tackle organized crime. How can police fight alleged syndicates like the Big Five when some of their own generals are allegedly complicit? WhatsApp chats and recordings submitted to the commission allegedly provide concrete evidence of this collusion, showing senior officers actively tampering with investigations. This has a direct impact on every citizen. It means public funds, like those from the R360 million SAPS health contract, are allegedly siphoned off to fund lavish lifestyles instead of serving the public. It means justice isn't blind, but is instead tilted in favor of the rich and connected. The effect on public trust is catastrophic. The SAPS has been rocked by scandals for years, and these revelations only deepen public cynicism and reinforce the perception that the entire criminal justice system is at risk. As Commissioner Makwanezi himself warned, Witness C's testimony is ongoing and more details are expected. The commission has been presented with recordings and WhatsApp messages that appear to support the witness's claims. Mchunu has publicly denied ever meeting Cat Matlala. Meanwhile, other implicated figures are also under intense scrutiny. If this all sounds painfully familiar, you're not wrong. This affair is drawing stark comparisons to previous police scandals in South Africa, reminding us how entrenched this problem is. The Madlanga Commission, which is required to submit a final report within 6 months of its establishment, is now under immense pressure to deliver not just a summary of the rot, but a clear path forward. Its calls for accountability, transparency, and a complete overhaul of the system are growing louder. The question on everyone's mind is, will this commission be different? Will the explosive testimony from brave individuals like Witness C lead to real consequences for the powerful people implicated? Or will it become another tragic chapter in a long story of state-sanctioned corruption? The fate of South Africa's criminal justice system may very well hang in the balance. We've just walked through a dark and complex story, brought to light by a secret witness whose testimony has exposed an alleged nexus of crime, money, and political power. We've heard about a controversial businessman, Cat Matlala, who allegedly used his wealth to buy protection, and how that influence may have reached the highest levels of police and politics. The picture painted by Witness C is of a justice system in crisis, where the lines between law enforcement and the underworld have become terrifyingly blurred. The Madlanga Commission has been tasked with uncovering the full extent of this decay. The challenge is monumental, and the stakes could not be higher. These revelations are a critical test for South Africa's democracy. Do you believe this will finally lead to accountability? Or are you concerned that the powerful figures involved will once again escape justice? I truly want to know what you think, so please share your thoughts below. Thank you for watching. If you found this report informative, please hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and ring that notification bell. Your support helps us continue to investigate the stories that matter.